get up and then you pat around for a little bit, then you start to read the news and see, what's on the agenda for today. And I sort of, in the back of my head, I said to myself, you know what, this is going to be the Occupy State of the Union. I said, it's the morning of the State of the Union address. You know how the White House usually dribbles out a little bit of like what the messaging is going to be early in the morning, and then it, can drift through the day. So I'm like, I bet this is going to be, I said I should tweet about, like, let's have a drinking game about, income inequality being mentioned at State of the Union address, and do a shot every time that comes up or whatever. So I went, but I didn't think anything of it. So I made my K cup of coffee, and I started to look at it, and I saw that it was like I dreamed it into existence. There was a statement from the White House that the central message, not only of the State of the Union, but of the entire 2012 presidential campaign, was going to be income inequality. Like they said it, right there, like income inequality. They weren't even, what had happened since September 15th, when Occupy started, is we're all really, apparently, as a nation, comfortable with the President of the United States basing a presidential campaign on a concept that is, can I say explicitly Marxist? Will that offend anybody? No. When you talk about income inequality, that's a fundamentally un-American, right? Is that okay? Way of looking at something. It's explicitly, you're sort of used to liberals padding around the ideas, but here it was. The theme, it's almost like if you'd said, and my new symbol is a hammer and sickle, and everyone's like, oh, okay, that's fine. Income inequality is explicitly the theme, and that was made possible by these months of the Occupy movement, sort of getting used to. And I realized this about Obama during the healthcare debate. And again, I voted for Obama in 2008. I thought he, represented an outsider politician. I did not like Hillary Clinton at all, and I was sick of the whole Clinton regime and everything. And I realized this during the healthcare debate, and it's interesting. I'm going to give you a slightly different perspective, slightly left perspective in the healthcare debate, but it shows you the way Obama works. A lot of people on the left, I want you to know something about the healthcare debate. There was no public advocates for single-payer healthcare. Whatever you think about single-payer, you're opposed to it, right? But whatever you think about it, there were no public advocates for single-payer. They literally left them off the table. And everyone on the left was like, why are there no single-payer advocates that Obama's putting forward? And I realized, very early on, I'm like, okay, the fix is in. Because the Obama administration is too smart. And I said, we're going to end up with no public option. That was a ruse. We're going to end up exactly what we ended up with, which was the healthcare industry who funded Obama. Once Obama got elected, they said, hey, we're with you now. And so the healthcare industry did a huge political buy-in with Obama, and the bill that Obama delivered is exactly what the lobbyists in the healthcare industry wanted, which is we have it's not really a private system. It's a private system that's funded by the government, right? And so it's a system that no one's happy with. On the left or the right, no one's happy with it. So what happened was he did exactly the same thing where he just cut off part of the debate. He's doing exactly the same thing with the Occupy movement. The Occupy movement is now the crazy left. Oh, look, they're income inequality and they throw bricks. And the Obama administration and the inside liberal establishment, Pelosi, Obama, we're the income inequality, but we don't throw bricks. And they seem reasonable. Does that make sense? When you see the people in the street throwing stuff, people go, well, income inequality, I guess I get it. But, oh, okay, Obama seems safer. And that's exactly what happened here. And so, and I'm really glad, I want to thank David and Citizens United and Steve for putting this together, because you can't really cover Occupy in a 5-minute soundbite. You can't cover how deep it goes and how dangerous it is in a 10-minute presentation or a blog article. You really need the length of a film, I think, to cover it properly and to see what's going on. And it's a media stunt that worked. Occupy is at root two things. It's about messaging, and they've won on that. They've won in the sense that they changed the message. Income equality, 99%. And if it stays that way, Obama will win the election. And if the messaging gets back to where it was, which was the state of the state of the economy, the deficit, and that kind of thing, they won't win. And it's about the media. It's about media manipulation, and the media just went right in and bought it hook, line, and sinker. So again, I'm very glad that Steve and David are doing this. I'm very glad that Andrew was able to put it together, and I'm looking forward to hear what questions you guys have. So.